This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come At It.
Welcome back, everyone. That's right.
That's right.
After a week gone, we are back.
You had a week-long break.
Micro podcast is back.
From your favorite tiny little baby podcast.
Little tiny baby, like less than, well, we have around 500 subscribers.
I'm not counting.
I'm not counting either.
Among all the venues.
This is like our passion project, so It's fine. We love you all.
Yes.
Sorry. The liquor's hitting a little bit different tonight. But we are fine because we watched a great movie tonight.
It was very fun.
Before we get to that review, though, please, housekeeping. And it's like we always ask, please.
Yes.
Okay? This is all we ask. It's very simple.
It is a simple ask.
All you have to do is, if you listen to us and you like us, please consider giving us a review.
Yeah.
Maybe giving us a star rating on Spotify.
A request on YouTube or
a request.
Wherever.
We do every 5 episodes.
So,
please.
One of you requested some Canadian 90s thriller movie.
Yeah.
Which I did add. And then our next request coming is from our friend Blackwater Media. So,
thank you. He is the GOAT. If you don't know his YouTube channel, Blackwater Media, it's Cryptozoology. Please go check that out. It's
got a lot
really
of fun
good,
stuff.
Really fun stuff. Go check out our musical accompaniment since we're giving shout outs. Corpus Earthling is great.
They just put out some new stuff on Bandcamp. They just put out
a new album on Bandcamp. It's fucking awesome. I am loving it. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of shit to consume. So please, Corpus Earthling, Blackwater Media, and also, most importantly, to us at least, They Mostly Come At Night. Please consider following us, subscribing to us, sharing us, giving us a review, all that good stuff. Get your recommendations in, all that stuff. But with that out of the way,
can I just say one more thing?
Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
So most of you, I think a lot of you know, we live in Utah.
We are in Utah, USA.
We both love films, and we both love independent cinema.
Oh, I guess okay. Let's do a little bit of news.
And
we'll do Team Cone news for one segment.
It means a lot because we have attended this. And
so Sundance. If you don't know, Sundance Film Festival is huge in Utah. So there's a big film festival in Park City, Utah called Sundance Film Festival. Really big. You'll see it on a lot of times when you're like watching trailers for stuff. It'll be like selection at Sundance Film Festival. Like that is Utah.
Tons of great movies got their premiere and start at Sundance.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of history with it. It's been on since like 1985. And we just lost it.
And
we just lost it. So
the lovely powers that be in our lovely state, I'm saying this with full sarcasm, lost it.
Like, we don't usually get political on this podcast, and I'm sorry if we lose a couple. I'm not sorry, actually.
I don't care.
Who fucking cares?
Listen,
we've decided to take like diversity and inclusion and all that. Like,
look, it's a film podcast, right? Now. We love film in all of its form.
Yeah.
In all formats.
Yeah, because it's art. It's art.
It is art. We love art.
Yeah.
We love film. And I just want to say a nice thank you to the powers that be that pissed away 40 years of film history.
Which is
pissed it away. Okay.
Yeah, I know we usually don't do this, but we just have to talk about it because it's huge news.
It's common. It's where we live.
It's huge news in the film industry too.
Now, I know they're giving it off to Boulder. I hope they enjoy it. I hope it's great.
Colorado's gonna fucking eat it up.
Now,
Colorado's going to be just fine with Sundance.
But for us who love little tiny indie films, just a nice fuck you to everyone that pissed it away. That pissed away 40 years of film history.
Well, like, okay, so they, like, again, I know we don't talk about this shit, but they renew it every, like, 10 years,
10 years,
right?
yeah.
So it's a 10-year renewal, and they kept
at no
renewing.
point in our lifetime has the thought of this film festival ever leaving here. It never crossed.
Well, and
right?
what's crazy about this is, like, so we've seen some... you and me have seen some weird shit there because we saw The Raid 2.
We saw The Raid 2.
And Life After Beth.
Both great films.
Fucking awesome. If you haven't seen Life After Beth, really, really good zombie film that kind of turns the whole
zombie
script.
romance.
It's really good, but it's not like an annoying zombie romance like Warm Bodies.
Yes.
Fuck Warm Bodies.
I'm not a fan of romance.
Watch A Life After Beth. Raid 2 is one of my favorite action movies.
Amazing movie.
Ever made.
But the thing is, like with Sundance,
but they would bring in like the actors. They would do like Q&As afterwards. They would like do premiere screenings. So it's like Cannes. It's like
you would see these movies before everyone else.
It's like Cannes, South by Southwest.
Yes,
like a bunch of these like you've heard of film festivals. Sundance was our premier film festival.
Not only that, but I mean, I'm talking on my ass. I'm pretty sure it was the first big one independent film festival in the U.S.
I think you're right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you are right on that.
Because what I mean by that is it was this little films, no distribution. There was no like corporate nonsense.
Yeah.
Just a little thing, all these movies. And like, if you want to look up the history, there's a lot of movies that premiered at Sundance that went on to be massive.
Yeah, huge.
Like Reservoir Dogs. Massive movies, okay?
Yeah.
And pissed it away.
I think even like, wasn't Eternal Sunshine for the Spotless Mind
a bunch of movies.
Sundance
There's so
movie?
many movies.
There's like, you can look at the history of Sundance and we have like the forefront of like some of these. Like we're almost as well known as Cannes. And
it's like Cannes but smaller. Almost.
Yeah. And so the fact that we pissed it away, it hits deep to our soul.
It is embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing, and I really don't like to live in a state that pissed away an independent film like festival. Something
so major. Like imagine if the Cannes Film Festival moved location.
That will never happen.
Imagine.
That will never happen.
But it's on that level of like, wow, you just pissed it away.
What's funny is we even have Robert Redford started Sundance.
He's the one who started it, yeah.
And he also started Sundance Resort, which is not in Park City, but it is in Utah. And now there's nothing to associate that with.
Because they just pissed it away.
Because Sundance was unequivocally Utah.
It was Park City, Utah. It was a tiny thing.
Yes.
It was
and they did some screenings in Salt Lake City, but mostly in Park City.
It was unequivocally this, and they pissed it away. And just a nice little, before we start our podcast, a nice little fuck you.
Let's do a little 10-minute fuck you to the powers that be that got rid of Sundance.
That pissed away
like
this art, cultural icon is gone because they're stupid.
So, if you want to attend Sundance 2026...
No, 2027.
Oh, 2027.
2026, the last 2026 will be in Park City, but 2027 will be in Boulder.
In Boulder, Colorado.
A state away.
Yeah.
Because they pissed it away.
Because, fuck Utah. Anyway.
Let's get to the
Rejuvenator. This will rejuvenate our attitude towards what's going on in our...
towards...
our
basic
film industry
towards fucking cheap independent filmmaking.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, I love this movie. So, listen, if you let me just preface it. The Rejuvenator. Sorry, rolling up my sleeves real quick.
Yeah, okay. You gotta get ready.
If you watch The Substance,
great movie,
and you're like, fantastic movie,
amazing
fucking
movie.
Awesome, was snubbed at the Oscars. We won't go into that.
I'm not going into that.
Let's know.
We are both.
Let's not go into that too much. Demi Moore was snubbed at the Oscars. I'm just gonna say that whatever.
Directing everything.
Yeah, it was snubbed. But anyway, if you watch The Substance and you're like, I need more stuff. I need more shit like this. I need more kind of stuff about like aging actors that want to get like young and want to take
do what it takes.
Experimental serums to fuck their bodies up and like get young and like shit goes really fucking wrong.
Do whatever it takes to
or like the
chase you.
Or if you watch The Fly and you're like, I need more shit. I need more shit like this. I need more body horror where like people are just trying to experiment on things and shit goes horribly fucking wrong. The Rejuvenator is for you.
This was a lot of fun.
I loved this movie. Now, is it as impactful as The Substance? No.
It's not.
It's not quite The Substance.
So it's not The Substance. It's not The Fly. But for a little cheapo movie that honestly I've never heard of.
I fucking loved it. I'm not going to lie. Like, I've never heard of this movie. It's never even been like remotely on my radar.
Never.
Some people have been talking about it. It has kind of a cult following behind it, which I kind of understand now. But like, there is like some Reddits that like have brought it up before, and apparently there's an alternative title. We watched The Rejuvenator. It's also called Rejuvenex, I think is what it's called.
Rejuvenatrix, apparently.
Rejuvenatrix. But, anyway, The Rejuvenator is a better title for it. This movie rocks for body horror. I really like this movie. Is it dumb? Yes. Is it like kind of schlocky and cheesy? Very. But I really love that actually, and I love how like sincere. The motivations behind every character is just they were horny.
I love how sincere it is.
I really do love how like the motivations are just like I was horny, I wanted to get laid. Like that's the entire motivation behind the entire movie.
It's a movie about people who are down bad.
Let's get into it though. It's really good. So if you like The Substance and you want to check it out, that is like our warning before we do like a full deep dive into it, because I suggest going to watch this before you listen to this review.
I know
if you like body horror.
I did look up. This movie is on YouTube, so if you want to like watch it, you can. Yeah, it is on YouTube.
We got it through different means, but you know that's what it is. And I would just suggest going to watch it. It is potato quality. There's no remaster of it. There's nothing
yet. Maybe one day. I hope.
I hope. But and I will buy it if there's ever a fucking remaster of this, because I really enjoyed this movie.
Yes.
Let's get into The Rejuvenator. Go watch it if you care about body horror and stuff like that is like along the same lines as like The Fly or The Substance or Society or something like that.
Anything with like, you know,
anything
wanting
with like
to be younger.
Yeah, wanting to be younger and
better
like
version of yourself.
Body horror and like shit going wrong with like experimentation with bodies and aging and all that stuff.
Bettering yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Self-improvement. So, movie starts.
Yes.
We get a scientist working on lab rats. And the rat is going fucking insane in its cage.
Well, yeah, you see like shaking and...
You don't know what's going on yet. Because like you have no idea what they're experimenting on. You have no idea what their like goal is. You have no idea where they're coming from. All you know is there's a giant fucking rat puppet hand shaking in a cage, and I was locked in at that exact moment.
And basically this thing gets out, slaughters a bunch of other animals, and they call it like, you know, subject 5540 or whatever.
Well, and like, so the scientist is dissecting the other like experiments and is like noticing that it ripped out the brain of all the other experiments.
So they're doing some sort of experiments with the brain, and there's all these animals around, and you get that they're basically funded by this one like rich,
ultra wealthy,
loaded woman.
She used to be an actress, and she lives in like this giant castle.
Yes.
Because they're working with age regression, because when she is when the doctor goes to see her, this is, I mean, it's a few scenes ahead, but like he goes to see her and is like,
we'll ramble.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
You'll get it.
Tension, attitudes are high at the moment.
Yeah.
So,
but she was a very popular actress.
yes. And so she's paying this doctor a bunch of money. He's been like trying to experiment for 3 years to get her to like a youthful, like she doesn't want to be an old aging actress anymore. She wants to be the youthful actress that got roles.
She wants to be beautiful.
Like, yeah, she wants to be beautiful, and she wants to fuck a bunch of dudes, specifically, and she wants to just like be young again.
She wants to be beautiful again.
Yeah.
And at the same time as, she's nagging him about getting results, there's this, I don't even know what the fuck you'd call him. He's like a fucking lead doctor or some shit.
I think he's like the, because they're like doing like experimental work, but he's like checking their work. So he's almost like an auditor. Like, it's like a weird, like, scientist. Like,
he's like a lead doctor.
He like owns the lab or something.
And he shows up and just roasts our guy.
Well, he's basically like, hey, you haven't gotten any results in 3 years.
You're just using up dead bodies.
We need results, or else you're going to be shut down. Like, and you get the idea that like this dude wants to shut him down.
Yes,
he does not want these experiments to go on.
They don't have a good relationship.
He has zero interest in pursuing whatever this dude is laying down. He is like, fuck you. Like, if you don't produce results, we're shutting you down.
Because basically one of the things that he does tell him is that he's going through a lot of dead bodies.
Yes.
Lots of dead bodies. And what you find out is that for his experiments, he needs, it's some sort of like juice that's in the brain.
Yeah.
And how do you get it? Well, you need lots of bodies.
Cadavers.
And so there's a scene where he goes and talks to his dead body dealer and organizes a payment for like 12 more dead bodies.
Now, I will admit, like, this is a horror movie, but like, there's not a lot of like really intense horror scenes until about the end.
Well,
because a lot of it is build up to,
because you know where it's going.
Yeah. Well, because basically what they do is they finally get a breakthrough.
They test a serum on this rat, and basically it implies from what you see that it makes this rat youthful again.
Yes. So
they're like, okay. Because the woman is like, I want it. I want this serum used on me right now.
Well, and with like pressure of being shut down and the woman being like, I'm going to stop funding you.
I've been funding you. I want
results. I want results. They're like, fuck it. Let's do fucking human trials right now.
So they inject this older woman with the serum, and, she's like covered in bandages. And they come in, they take off all the bandages, and her face is like really swollen, and she like freaks out. And the guy's like, just wait. It's got to heal. It'll be okay. And then it heals, and now she's young and beautiful again.
And she's so happy. She's over the moon.
And she wants like to go out with the guy. And there's a whole thing with her and her like butler who loves her.
Well, like, okay, so basically, I know we're rambling a little bit, but it's fine. Basically what happens is the doctor, so the scientist and her go on a date. And while this date is happening, they're at like a club, and they're at like a restaurant or something, but they're dancing.
Yeah, they're dancing, yeah.
And the butler has it, like, fantasizes about him dancing with her
because he sees her young.
Yeah, they go to dinner. Yeah,
and sees her dancing with the scientist, and he gets jealous. He has a fantasy of him dancing with her.
But we also get the assistant having a fantasy about the scientist
as she's reading a book called like
Forbidden Desires. I think it's called. A little bit on the nose there, but it's fine.
And she fantasizes she's dancing with the doctor, and she falls asleep. And you see, like
the
rat,
cage is like rattling.
Basically, the rat that they injected earlier that is now young, something happened.
Yes. So she wakes up to that, the rattling sound, and goes and like tries to inject more and more into this rat.
And she's like, you see her saying like, "Oh, when the doctor finds out about this."
Well, and of course, the doctor finds out almost immediately
because he has sex with the woman, and as they're like sleeping,
and she wakes up in the middle of the night and she goes into the bathroom and she starts to become this like old, like it almost
she's like regressing, but it's worse. She looks worse than she did before the medicine.
She's like deformed now.
Yeah.
She's mutating.
Yeah.
It's not like just old age. She's mutating into something else.
So the doctor like gives her a bunch of serum, and basically what you find out is, with the assistant finds out with the rats, is that
you need to double the dosage.
Yeah.
Every single time
because they get what's the word, tolerance. They
build a tolerance to it because the more you inject, the more they need.
And it's a problem because they only have so many dead bodies.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why they need. This is the scene where he goes and he's like, I need like 12 bodies because basically the fresher the brain, the more matter they can get out of the brain, and the more they can. And the doctor's desperately trying to synthesize this serum so that he can
so he doesn't need bodies.
Yeah, so he doesn't need to do bodies because he can just figure it out. And so there is a scene where the guy delivers a bunch of cadavers,
and they're all rather old.
And yes,
because the guy makes a comment.
It's like a bunch of junkies and homeless guys.
And the guy's like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Listen, what do you expect?"
He's like, "You want me to kill them?"
Yeah, like, what do you expect from me?
And of course, the security guard sees. The security guard is a total narc. Every time he sees something wrong, he calls the main office lead.
Yeah, the security guard is a narc, and he calls the doctor who's like overseeing everything, and he tells him like, "Hey, there's all this weird shit going on."
Yeah. And so there's a bunch of weird shit going on. She needs more and more, but then she starts like wanting to get out more.
Yeah, she goes to a rock concert.
This is pretty awesome because
I love this.
Anyone can make a montage of how many movies we've seen that have a full music video break. I don't know why these 80s and 70s movies love to do this.
Because it's easy.
Where they just fucking they film the band performing, they put the music in, and then it's just the full fucking 3-minute song in the entire movie.
And she goes to a concert, and she, meets a guy there. And of course, it's like a whole music video.
Is it the Poison Dollies?
The Poison Dollies.
Yes.
A lot of fun.
Good all-girl hair metal band if you're interested.
I love this.
Yeah, Poison Dollies.
And this was a lot of fun. But she gets this guy, takes him home, does the business, and of course...
Well, so earlier she called the doctor and was like, hey, we have date plans, and the guy's like, I need to work on a serum. I need to work on a serum for you. I'm trying to get all these bodies.
She's like, fine, I'll go out myself.
And she's like, meet me in the morning. So he comes in the morning, and our buff dude that sleeps in a Speedo,
yes,
who she picked up at the club,
because she middle of the night transforms into the fucked up state you'll see. He freaks out. He dips out. And our doctor sees her, and she looks like Megamind. She's got a gigantic brain.
And claw hands.
Witch claw hands. And of course, she's freaking out. He gives her more of the dose to calm her down.
Yeah.
And again, he's still having all this trouble trying to synthesize all this crap.
And he's like desperately trying to synthesize the crap, like while his assistant is also writing all his research down so they can like post it in a journal.
Yeah, because like this is a big deal.
But she also, the woman doesn't want to be like scrutinized in the media.
Yeah.
Because like of what she's doing, so she doesn't want him to release that information either. So she's like stopping him from doing that, but like they're also trying to publish it in a scientific journal.
Yeah, at some point, because she's saying that she's like the niece of the old actress.
Yeah,
but she wants to keep it kind of under wraps,
right? Because she's saying the
doing.
aging actress has like gone on an extended vacation
or something,
and will never come back, right? You know,
and there's a scene where she goes to
she's at the hospital again.
I'm trying to remember what prompted the scene where she fucking kills the woman on the phone booth.
Because she's in another club, right? So she goes to another club. It's like Club Paradise.
Yeah.
And she's dancing, and this is also where like the... No, okay, so we mixed it up. Sorry.
Okay.
We mixed it up. So the one where the Poison Dollies play is the club where she picks up the guy, but she starts transforming in the middle of the dance.
Yeah.
So the other guy came in her limo.
Okay.
You don't know where she went. She just picked up a guy. They came back, and that's where all that happened. Now we're at the Poison Dollies concert
at Club Paradise,
and she's like dancing with the guy and transforming on the dance floor, and like
she goes to the bathroom.
Yeah, she goes to the bathroom, and like you see a scene where like two girls are talking about doing
drugs,
doing coke. And it's like, yeah, I got it from a guy, and then like, and then they look over and they see this like old aging bitch.
They're like, what the fuck?
And they're like, they'll let anyone in these days or whatever. And they leave. And so she goes outside, and she tries to call the doctor because the doctor's working late.
Yeah, she's like, come pick me up. I need the serum.
Yeah, and so she's like, come pick me up. Well, and this is funny because she calls the security guard first, and he's like, "I'm sorry, sir, he's not in right now."
Like, I need to talk to him now
because they do like a voice effect.
She has like a monster voice.
Yeah,
and she tells the doctor to meet her at Club Paradise, and she goes and like
she hides like in the alleyway, and then another woman comes out on the phone booth, and like starts calling someone, and she comes over and like.
Attacks her.
Smashes her brain into the glass.
Like, fucking blood explode everywhere.
And the doctor comes and picks her up, and they go to the lab.
And she has the woman that she killed, she has her brain with her.
And she, like, hands it to him. And he's like, show me your face. And again, you see the fucking mega mind, like, just fucked up, like, huge brain thing.
And as he's trying to take her to the like lab,
the security guard stops him.
He's like, "No, you told me I can't let anybody in. I'm not letting you in."
So
she comes out,
fucking
and just 180 she spins his head
and then rips it off his fucking head,
implying like, here's the brain. And of course she consumes the brains,
and she's fine.
She's young again.
Yep.
And the guy's like, listen, I'm almost there. I can
I can synthesize it. Like, you need to stop killing people.
And she's like, what?
She's like, I want to get out again.
No, she's like, I figured out a way.
Well, because she like ate like a brain.
She's like, I figured out a way. I don't need you anymore.
Well, because I can
just eat brains.
I can eat brains because there's a scene where she eats like not the secretary. No, she eats the secretary's brain.
Yeah, she like escapes. No, because he has her like kind of in the hospital in the meantime. And
well, he's like, do not go out. I'm trying to synthesize this.
And we get like a back and forth of like the rat they were working on, like going all mutant mode.
One, and the assistant like notices and like hears her screaming.
And then she goes and looks in the hospital bed where the actress is supposed to be, and she's not there anymore.
Yep. So she's looking around for her, and she
She gets attacked.
She gets attacked, and then the scientist like sees the rat, and like, you know, it like combusts into flames for some reason.
It attacks him.
And he like throws it to the ground, and it bursts into flames.
Explodes.
I don't know why. I don't know why that happened, but who cares? So he goes upstairs, and like the secretary's, the assistant is dead on the floor,
and the woman's like sucking her brain
and this
out.
is when she's like, oh, don't worry, I found a way, and she has,
I got you.
She has like brain matter dripping from her fucking lip.
Yeah, she like sucked a brain smoothie out of her, and she's like standing in the bathroom door, and she has like fucking like fluid like dripping down her mouth. She's like, oh, I got you. I found a way.
She's like, don't worry about synthesizing that. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Like,
I got it.
Listen. No.
He's like freaking the fuck out, obviously.
You can't do this anymore.
And so, I can't remember like the events that lead up to, cause he goes back into the lab while she like goes back.
So he synthesizes it.
He finally synthesizes it, and he goes up, and you think he's gonna poison her, right? Because he wants to kill her, but wants to continue his research, and so Wilhelm is there, the fucking old flame,
yeah, who apparently is an old flame,
and he like squeezes some of the syringe onto a counter, and it like corrodes the counter. So Wilhelm thinks it's poison, which it's just the synthesized thing, but like Wilhelm doesn't know that. And
there's a scene earlier where he spilled some of that formula onto a table with his assistant, and then did the same thing.
It's like corrosive and poisonous and shit. And so Wilhelm gets injected with it. Like he injects Wilhelm with it, and Wilhelm like passes out. And the woman starts going like bananas. She
loses her mind, and they're in like a hospital with a bunch of people, and somebody calls somehow the main doctor, the theater kid, gets notified of this.
Yes.
So he is on his way. He's on his way to check out the business.
This is the most theater kid, because every scene he's been in, he just like tries to chew up the scenery.
He's great.
He fucking overacts the shit out of this role, and I love it.
But she walks around like punching holes through people.
She fucking like slashes an orderly's like neck and shit.
She just fucks everybody up. And the guy's like running away. He's hiding, and a bunch of people are like, and the theater kid and all of his goons show up with guns and stuff to like, see what's going on. And he like hides in the room. And she busts through the ceiling.
Yeah, she busts through the ceiling, and she like lumbers towards him.
And she's like, please, like, stop this, kill me.
Please, like, you gotta kill me, like, please kill me.
Like, you have to stop this. And he gives her an injection of this stuff, and it like melts. She like melts away.
And then Wilhelm comes in, and he's all young, right?
And he's alive.
And he's pissed off that you just killed the love of his life. And he breaks a beaker on the counter and stabs the doctor with it. And the doctor's like, I have succeeded. I have succeeded. Because Wilhelm's all young, right? Because he's
alive, yeah.
Because he synthesized it. He injected Wilhelm. Wilhelm's alive and like generally healthy. We don't know like what's going on with him, obviously, but like he's like, I've succeeded.
It's worked.
It's worked.
And then the goons show up, and Wilhelm runs away. And the fucking they see everything that's going on. They're like horrified. And the freaking doctor, the main doctor, like picks up the diary from the assistant earlier, and is like, no one must know about this. No one can know.
No one can know what happened here, basically.
And then I don't know what the fuck. It's like it like zooms in on the fucking melted body of the woman.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what the fuck the voiceover says.
I can't remember what it says.
But it's like it's like a gotcha.
Yeah.
And it's like a gotcha ending, and then roll credits.
Roll credits. That's it. They find the mangled corpse of both the doctor and the fucking experiment.
Yeah, the doctor with the fucking beaker stabbed in his heart.
Wilhelm escapes.
And, they think they got it.
They don't.
But Wilhelm's alive.
I don't know. Like, the first thing I'll say about this movie, and the first thing you'll notice, we didn't go too in depth on it in our like overview of the movie. The special effects are fucking awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
Like, there are a lot of like they're all practical effects.
Yes.
And you get a lot of like weird like the faces bubbling, and like the mutation's really cool because like her like skin is peeling away, and like
there's like veins popping out.
There's like tons of body horror in this.
Like the weird hands.
It with like the big fingernails on it and shit, and like she has like 3 fingers instead of 5, and it's just fucking wild. It's like crazy what they do with the special effects, but it's really well done. And I really like the scene when they're in the car and she's handing the guy the brain, because it's like this weird like green light. It's like this surreal.
Yeah, it's
like this weird like surreal moment in this car. And I mean, obviously he's not driving the car, but like it's cool how they film it because they like rotate in the car.
It's like
her face and shit like that.
It's like a rotating shot in this car, and the outside of this car is just. It's just beamed in like a green spotlight.
Yeah.
It looks very surreal.
It's like really cool. It's like almost like a dream sequence, but it's not, because she's like handing him the brain and he's getting all freaked out and he's like, show me your face. And like,
I want to see what happened. Yeah.
Seriously, I like joke that it's like Megamind, but it looks like Megamind because she has this
gigantic brain.
Gigantic fucking brain and like 2 teeth.
Yes.
Like weird, like snake teeth, and she looks all fucked up. I don't know what they were going for, but it is effective. It looks really good. The effects are really, really solid. I like the way this movie's filmed. Really, like the cinematography and like everything going on, the effects and everything are really cool.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
Yeah, for a cheap movie that I've never heard of.
For like a B movie, like body horror, it's really well done. They did not have to go this hard, and they did, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, like it's for the little budget and everything in there, they did a really good job.
Yeah, I think they like, and the acting's like not. Some of it is very over the top, like especially
it's quite amusing.
Especially like our theater kid and like the actress when she's like younger.
Yeah, well, because she's very like.
But I mean, that's on purpose, obviously.
Yeah,
but like
because she's very nonchalant. She's just like, I'm young. Like
she doesn't care. She's like, I'm young. You gave me the results you wanted, so she acts like that.
I
right?
found a way. I found a way to get young again.
She like goes out and like fucks everyone she can and like all this stuff. And I love how like. There's not a lot of nudity or anything, but this movie's very like horny because like all the character motivations are like only motivated by sex.
Yeah. Like the dude
wants to get laid.
He gets her young again and they fuck. She gets young again and all she wants to do is fuck. His assistant
wants to fuck him.
Smut books and she wants to fuck. The butler
wants to
fuck. Like
all the character motivations are I want to fuck. I want to smash.
It's just, being young and fucking.
Yeah, exactly. Because what else is youth?
What else is life about but being young and fucking?
Just young and fucking. That's all you need. Listen, when you're old and dusty,
and you can't,
all you want to do is get young and fuck again.
And that's the moral of the story in this movie.
Exactly. And that's a powerful message. A powerful message to old fucks. I just want to get young and fuck again, okay? It's a powerful message.
This is it. This is the.
I don't know. Like it's really well done though. Like I make fun of it, but like it's very earnest and it's very like over the top, but like on purpose. And I just really appreciated that.
It's a lot of fun, and it's very earnest, and I definitely appreciate that because it's so simple. But they really pull They pull a lot of entertaining content.
The plot is really simple. I mean, it's just a scientist looking for a way to cure aging.
Well, it's like so simple, right? You have a thing, and someone takes the thing, and it backfires.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we've had a bunch of movies about where someone takes some sort of experimental thing, it backfires. And there's only, it's such a simple setup, but they pull a lot of entertaining content out of that setup.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the whole time you're watching, you're just like, you know what? I want to see what happens. I want to see what insanity happens.
Well, and of course it gets crazier and crazier, like a horror movie should, like especially a body horror movie.
And even before all that goes wrong, it's like they stack on the stakes, because you have, she's demanding that he use the serum on her, even though it's not technically ready. You have his main head doctor or whatever, who's like breathing down his neck.
I do think like the motivations make sense.
Yeah.
Like there is motivations of like why he did it. It's not just like willy-nilly.
Yeah.
It's like he has so much pressure that he's like, fuck it, I have to do it.
And, they've been working on this for 3 years, and like their big thing is it has to work on a person.
Yes.
And she's just pushing, like, you have to use this on me, and like the doctor's
and she's gonna cut funding if he
Yeah.
doesn't. Like she's like, I've been funding you for 3 years, I'm not gonna do it anymore if you don't.
You have nothing to show for it.
Yeah, if you don't fucking get with it, I'm not gonna do it.
And there's all this pressure, and like the fact that you need human brains, and like it's just all this stuff builds up, and you just know every bit of this is going to backfire horribly.
Right.
And that's great.
No, it is great. I honestly like didn't really hate any part of this movie.
This was a lot of fun.
It's very entertaining. It's very fun. It's very well done for like a B movie that no one has fucking heard of.
Yeah, seriously, I've never.
I don't know. Like I said, if you like this substance, you'll probably like this movie because it's very similar in a lot of the ways. It's different in a lot of ways, but it's similar in a lot of ways too.
Yeah, if you like body horror, you like anything about people trying to recapture like their youth and the ways that goes horrifically wrong.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like when we watched From Beyond, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's not as good as From Beyond. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, From Beyond is incredible. I fucking love that movie. And that's another movie that's motivated by horniness.
From Beyond is one of the horniest movies ever made.
Yeah.
And
so, like, it kind of harkens back to, like, From Beyond, where it's, like, body horror.
But also, like, pushing, like, how far are you going to go?
How far are you willing to, like, experiment with, like, the unknown?
Things you don't...
Like, things you don't understand
Yeah.
and things that have not been, like, thoroughly thought out before you do them. And From Beyond is a way better body horror movie. If you haven't seen that one either, go fucking watch From Beyond.
We have an episode about From Beyond.
We have an episode on From Beyond. So go listen to that and go watch the movie.
And you should watch From Beyond.
It's fucking incredible. I love that movie because it's like intergalactic fucking weird Lovecraftian
Bring your loved
body horror.
It's amazing.
Yeah, increase your pineal gland.
Your pineal gland.
Your pineal gland.
Oh, man.
It's fucking incredible.
Open your third eye.
Anyway, that's not about... This review is not about that movie, but it is like body horror about experimenting with shit. It doesn't get as like... This movie doesn't get as like Lovecraftian and fucking weird as From Beyond, but it does like kind of go places that you don't expect from like a B movie.
The big thing is like From Beyond has, serious talent and craft behind it and budget.
Yes.
So it has everything, and it's like they have the director, the actors, everyone. It's just operating at full fucking capacity.
Yeah.
This is like way cheaper. It's way lower budget, but for what they had to work with, this is great.
Yeah, it's well done. It's really good. So go check it out. Let's do Shitty to Pretty on the Rejuvenator or Rejuvenatrix.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 is a good.
Very generous.
It's a good I don't know, like, this is a fun movie. I probably will add it to my rotation, to be honest, because I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought the effects were good. I thought it was well made, well shot.
It's a lot of fun.
The lighting is really good. The music's good. Like
Poison Dollies.
Poison Dollies, like,
Listen,
they're on Spotify. They only have one album. They're not.
Listen, I love
like 80s hair metal.
I love hair metal. You know, you got your all girl hair metal band in the movie. I love it.
After you're done listening to all the Corpus Earthling albums, you can go listen to the Poison Dollies.
And anytime I watch a movie that like exposes me to some new music I love,
I'm okay with that. I'm more than okay with that. I love that, actually. So I don't know, like 9 out of 10 is a great spot for this to be in because we do entertainment value, and I was highly entertained. I didn't check the time once.
Yes.
It was just a fun ride. It's a fun body horror movie.
Yes.
And if you're into that shit, if you're not into it, I get it, but I am into it, and I fucking love body horror, and I love like The Substance, and I know I keep mentioning it, but like The Substance is so fucking. If you have not watched The Substance, please.
Yeah,
this is my go watch like The Rejuvenator, but please go watch The Substance.
Listen,
I love The Rejuvenator, don't get me wrong, but Substance...
Listen, we love art, okay?
Yes.
I love art. We love art.
This is why we bitched about the Sundance Film Festival for 10 minutes.
The Substance is art.
It is. It's just in its purest form. And horror movies need more recognition because they are art.
Because they are art. And The Substance, and I love when horror breaks through that boundary of like where people don't appreciate it, and The Substance broke through that because it deserves it. It is art. Like The Substance is one of those movies that you watch, and if you are someone who is aware of like art and filmmaking craft, you can appreciate it.
Well, like imagine how hard it was to film some of those scenes and to put some of those effects together. Like there is so much artistry going on screen that is insane and probably incredibly hard to make.
Not just like incredibly hard to make, but also the bravery involved in doing it, and the fact that it does have something to say.
Yes,
about the world and how we look at things, and it's art.
Yeah,
it's art. Sorry, it's art.
So go watch The Substance. Go watch this. Just support body horror and support like horror movies as art.
Yes,
because horror movies are art.
Yes, they are.
I'm gonna stand on my pedestal. I'm gonna.
They are art.
I'm gonna bust it out because horror movies never get recognition for this, and they are fucking art. There's
it's about confronting. It's about confronting what is uncomfortable, right?
Yes.
Like why do we love these movies? Because they make you confront the things that are scary, things that are uncomfortable, or.
I'm sorry, but like horror and action movies are important. They are art. There is a lot of like artistry going on. There's a lot of people involved. I
don't even remember who the fuck it was, but this is a tangent. But
we're on our soapbox now. So if our review for The Rejuvenator is over, but here we are on our soapbox.
Because I don't remember who it was, but there was a interview I watched a long time ago with a director, and they talked about action movies, and like they compared it to a ballet.
Yeah.
Okay, like when you watch a ballet, and when you watch a ballet in the theater, you are watching it live. You see all the moves, you see the craft, and you appreciate like the artistry of the craft, and he compared it to a well-done action movie. That when you see it filmed well and choreographed well, you appreciate the craft on display.
Here's what I hate about like modern like kind of critics and award shows and stuff like this. They don't really appreciate what goes into making a good action movie or a good horror movie.
It's that thing about the genre films.
Yes.
because genre films are looked down on. Because when you are just a horror movie or just an action movie, it's kind of like poo-pooed. But there's a thing. If there's those movies that they break through and it's like undeniable. Like, I'm sorry, you can't watch like Die Hard and not sit there and be amazed at the craft.
Or modern takes like John Wick 4.
Yeah.
How can you watch John Wick 4?
Yeah.
Especially like that staircase scene.
Yeah.
How can you watch that and not be like, wow, hundreds
Craft.
and hundreds of hours of stunt actors like filming, fucking like editing, sound effects, like
also
there's
just
so much going on.
simple things, right?
Yeah.
Thinking of like watching that stuff and being like, okay, the director has to think about like where's the camera going to be? Where is this stuntman going to be?
Well, also like collaborating with the choreographer that has to be like, okay, like you said, like a ballet, right?
Yeah.
So the choreographer has to think like, okay, camera's going to be right here. So he needs to punch right here and he needs to do this move right here. And this will look cool in this shot. And it's like, there's so much thought that goes into even action movies that you don't think about that like needs to be recognized. Like, I'm sorry, stuntmen need to be recognized. Stunt people, sorry, not stunt men in general, because stunt women are incredibly important too. Stunt people need to be recognized because stunt people do a lot of fucking work. Even in modern movies, like you wouldn't have most of the Marvel movies without stunt actors. Like, yes, there's a lot of CGI, but there's also a lot of stunt work that goes into those fucking movies.
Someone's got to choreograph all that shit.
Exactly. And like stunt actors and practical CGI effects makers like need to be recognized more.
Well, also just like thinking of, you know, when you like when you watch like a good action movie and you watch a bad one, and just thinking about the difference between how someone choreographed, how they filmed a good action movie versus a shitty one.
Yeah, like think of like Netflix schlock versus like a John Wick film.
Yeah, or like a Hong Kong, like a John Woo movie.
Yeah,
where it's just like you watch those movies, like a John Woo movie, and you just sit there like amazed.
How is it not art?
Because it is art.
Like when like John Woo is like fucking like John Woo films, or like when Chow Yun-fat is like sliding down a fucking like staircase and doves are flying behind him, and like it's this incredible shot where he's fucking like shooting down, and like you get all these sparks from the other shots shooting down, and like
someone thought of that.
It's this slow-mo shot and it looks fucking incredible on film.
Someone had to think of that, and someone had to film it and set it up, and you had to have an actor who could do that.
Exactly.
Or like
think
when you watch Hard Target, and you know, like Van Damme unsheaths his leg as if it's a gun. Like, I'm sorry, that's art.
Someone had to think that out. Like, there's thought into it. Like, people like thinking, okay, like I would think this looks really fucking cool, and then they film it, and it looks really fucking cool.
Not just that, it's okay. So you got the idea. Okay, now we need an actor who does that, and you're like, cool, I buy it. I buy it 100%.
Because like it's immersion too. The actor has to sell it. The actor has to be engaged enough to actually sell it. Like we mentioned in Sundance, we went to see The Raid.
I'm sorry, those dudes are insane. Those little Asian men who do that shit for no money. I'm sorry. Those dudes are fucking heroes. If
you haven't seen The Raid Redemption or The Raid 2, what are you doing? How can you even call yourself an action fan?
Those dudes are insane.
Like, if you haven't seen the kitchen fight scene from Raid 2, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, those people are artists. And because the big thing with that thing about ballet is that what they described as like, if you took a ballet scene and you just chopped it up, you made it incoherent, it would ruin the magic.
Kind of like the Bourne films, like not the first few, but like the last few, where it's just like shaky cams and like the quick editing and all this. Like
it ruins the artistry.
It just like breaks it up into this incoherent garbage,
and it ruins the artistry. But when you really just film it clean and like you see every move, every choreography bit of it, it showcases the artistry. Or you can just be lazy and just chop it to pieces.
Yeah, CGI the shit out of it, chop it to pieces,
Big
and
one
there you go.
That everyone always brings up. You can look it up on YouTube. Is from Taken 3.
Yes.
The notorious...
The jumping over the fence scene.
Which has like 50 billion edits, and that is the quintessential example of just lazy, just pathetic filmmaking.
The other one I like to bring up, and I know it's not couth to pick on Bruce Willis right now because he's a legend.
Right.
I'm
many great movies.
I'm very aware of what he's going through now. Yes. Like, don't get me wrong.
We know now.
But A Good Day to Die Hard. Like,
horrible movie.
Can we talk about the fucking car chase scene?
Yes.
Because I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Well, listen, it's like, like, look, I love 1 and 3. Okay, 1 and 3.
1 and 3 are incredible movies.
To me,
3 is. I'll be honest. I know a controversial take. I think 3 is my favorite Die Hard.
3 is so good. It's so fun.
Fucking good.
Samuel L. Jackson is so good in it. I love the idea. I love the setting. I love the cat and mouse game. I love the riddles. It's such a good movie. It's such a well-made movie. Like it's one of those movies that's so well made it's deceiving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's so well made it glides over your brain how well made it is, and then you watch Good Day to Die Hard and you're like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I see what a shit movie is.
But that's what I mean. It's like you have a new movie in the franchise.
In a franchise that's had many good movies.
Yes, 1 and 3, and
because even like
a lot of people love Live Free or Die Hard, and I get that.
It's fun.
It's fine,
and I do like 2.
Yeah,
but it's like 4 good movies, right? 4 good movies, 2 amazing movies, and then you get Good Day Die Hard, and you get a shit director, and it's just shit.
Well, and that just goes to show it's who's behind the entire project.
Because I remember, I don't know if you remember this, because I was paying attention before it came out. There was a lot of hype. They were like, "Hey, there's this big car chase scene in the movie." And
this is the exact car chase scene I'm talking about. Yeah,
they were they hyped it up, right? They were like, "Listen, we got all these people behind this big car chase. It's gonna blow you away. We crashed like 50 billion cars. We got the guys from Top Gear. We got all this stuff in this car chase." And then you watch the movie,
and it looks like shit.
And it's ass.
And it looks like shit.
It's incoherent
because
garbage.
They edited and chopped it to shit, and you can't fucking...
Yeah.
It's incoherent garbage.
Well, it's like, bro, remember Ronin?
Yes.
That's a movie. Okay?
Or Heat.
But, like, I'm thinking of car chases, so, like, Ronin. Like, where it's just, like, it can't be that hard to film a car chase.
No. Or Vanishing Point.
Or,
Vanishing Point has a great car chase scene.
God.
Or more modern, maybe Italian Job.
Yeah.
Italian Job has fucking incredible car chase
sequences.
Lot of them. Like, it's all about car chase sequences.
But instead, you watch Good Day Die Hard, and it's incoherent garbage.
Yes.
Because it's edited and chopped apart. And maybe when they filmed it, maybe when they set it up, it was fun. But when they chopped it up and did everything, it just...
I don't know why Rejuvenator made us feel a certain way about this shit, but it really did. Because I think this just goes to show that even like B movies can have craft and be art.
It's like you can have no money, there's no known actors in this, right?
Yes.
No known actors, no famous directors, no big studios, and it still works.
And I know no famous person will probably ever listen to this podcast. It's fine. It's okay. I've accepted that. What I am saying is I think action and horror movies specifically need more recognition.
It's art.
They demand more recognition, and this is why we've been so inundated with fucking like superhero action movies, because everyone thinks that's the standard for action movies now, and it's not. It's really not. You can make a good action movie without a superhero in it. Just, you don't have to do it. And horror movies don't all have to be fucking Blumhouse, like, or A24,
It doesn't have to be
like
cheap.
Artur, like these over bloated, like fucking, like, oh, here's my fucking like supreme message horror movies.
It's about
Grief and trauma. That's all we ever get. Grief and trauma. You can't just have a fucking B horror movie where an actress wants to get younger
and have sex.
and have sex and it fucks everything up. Okay? That's what I'm saying. And I'm sorry. I know a lot of you will not listen to the last half of this episode. But if you did, thank you. You appreciate art and you love horror movies and you love action movies. And we appreciate you for listening. Thank you so much. I'm sorry we got on our soapbox, but we needed to talk about this.
Listen, art appreciation is a real
it is. And
it's a real struggle.
And I'm sorry, horror movies and action movies. Actually, I'm not sorry. They're art.
Yeah, it's art.
There's a lot of artistry that goes into these movies and makes them entertaining, and they need to be appreciated.
Yes.
And even these little tiny B horror movies need to be appreciated, and that's why we need a fucking remaster of the Rejuvenator, because I would love to see this in crisp 4K.
Yeah, that's why
I would fucking love to see that.
You gotta support your.
You gotta support little tiny movies.
Little things like this.
Support film festivals. Support little tiny things if you can. Like Kickstarters. Fucking just anything. Just support like small local stuff. Don't support like fucking Blumhouse and all this bullshit. Support.
They got plenty of money.
Support little tiny projects like this.
They need your help.
They need your help, and they need our help. And we're getting off our soapbox now. For they mostly come out at night. This has been Will.
This has been Alex.
And we will talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye. Sorry, not sorry.
I forgot to take your vitamins.
Bye.